You awake from your long rest to a cool and crisp morning. The sun is beginning to rise and wash over the top of the ravine. The last of the upright pillars scattered across the ledge of the first recipients of the sun's rays. The campfire is out and no longer providing heat. However, the smell of burnt branches and debris is strong as strings of white and gray smoke dissipate into the morning mist. The sound of sticks breaking and leaves rustling can be heard just a few feet from the party. Despite feeling stiff and sore from a night spent sleeping on the ground, this is the best you've felt in days, and especially the best you've felt since delving into the depths below. The halfling slowly pushes off the ground and begins rolling up his blanket. Oh, why did I drink that stuff? The ranger mumbles out loud. Meepo and Erky are still fast asleep, nestled up against the dog, whose eyes are just starting to open. The ranger drops his blanket next to his pack and notices a rabbit, tangled. Hey, how did you get over here? Dempsey kicks his blanket over to his bag. The rabbit darts from side to side as it seems to be playing a game of tug-of-war with the sapling it's tethered to. Slash! The sapling drives its needle-like branches, which seem to resemble an arm, through the back of the rabbit's spine, causing it to screech in pain before exerting its last breath. Dexter lets out a growl before quickly standing upright and leaping forward. When Dexter leapt forward, it sent Meepo and Erky rolling out of their blankets and out into the open ground.
Whoa! Alright, golly, I'm up,
Yells Erky as he rolls out from under the dog. 2 more twigblights, which look more like bundles of vines and branches woven together to form a humanoid-shaped monster, creep out of the tall grass and move forward towards the party. Twigblights! Yells Dempsey. Alrighty, initiatives have been rolled, and the twigblights rolled extremely well. 20, 19, and 19. So, all 3 twigblights are going to have a crack at you. So, before we begin, just a heads up. Behind the party is the ravine. About 15 feet behind the party is the ravine, so the cliff's edge. And then 10 feet from the party, there are the twigblights. So you got twigblights, party, ravine. Now, best of luck. Twigblight number 1 darts forward towards Dexter, slams its claws deep into the ground, just narrowly missing the dog's face. Sends little rocks and sand skittering. Twigblight number 2 darts up towards Dempsey, who is alongside Dexter, slings forward its claw, which will hit, and that'll pierce the leather armor piece that Dempsey is wearing. It'll puncture the chest piece and slide its twig branch claws deep inside, passing the armor and piercing Dempsey's chest. Oh, dang, those things are sharp. That'll cause 3 points of damage. Twigblight number 3 moves forward. This time it pursues Dexter, which will hit, and that will cause 3 points of damage. It slings forward its viney fingers and clawed arm as it slashes the side of Dexter the dog, slashes his face, drawing blood. The dog whimpers. It is now Dempsey's turn. He's going to draw out his hatchet. He's going to bring it down on the twigblight that's currently attacking him. And that will succeed. He hits, and they don't have much health. The twigblight is cut in half. And just like that, this formidable foe turns into a pile of branches and little sticks. Just like a pile of kindling. Crumples to the floor and rolls away. Blasted things. Dempsey's gonna fall back towards Dexter, hoping to distract some of the twigblights. Erky hops up.
Oh, these things, godly. Alright, time to toll the dead. I point at you, Twigblight. Let these bells fill the air and necrotic damage.
Urki casts Toll the Dead. He points at the creature, and the sound of bells ring in the air just for a moment. The target fails on a saving throw, and it now takes only 1 point of necrotic damage. But nevertheless, the Twigblight has an expression of confusion, if such a thing could happen to a bundle of sticks and branches. It shakes off whatever is bothering it and continues attacking. It is now Meepo's turn. He hops up. He has his sling in hand. He's lived a adventurous lifestyle, always having to be on his toes against goblins and rats and what have you, and being the keeper of a dragon. With one fluid motion, he's up on his feet and slings forward that rock. That makes contact with the one that Urki was just attacking. Twigblight number 2 crumples to the floor. It too sprawls out as though a piece of twine has been snapped, releasing all the foliage. The Twigblight just opens up under the ground, and the branches come rolling out, almost as though the spell has been lifted. And that brings us back to the top of the round. Twigblight number 2, or actually Twigblight number 1, he's the last one alive. He's going to disengage and run. And there he goes. He can move. How many feet can he move, mister? 20 feet. So he flees Urki and Dempsey. He's only close enough to Dexter. So he flees Dexter. Dempsey's not close enough to get on opportunity attack. And he used his action to disengage, and he's gone 20 feet. That'll bring us back to Mr. Dempsey. He's gonna... where is this? God bless it. I don't have axe. He's just gonna hurl his axe towards the creature. The natural 20. Let's see if it gets points here. Jeez. 9 points of damage. He rolled the highest, so you could roll twice. Alright. I can't find my bow, of course. Here we go. If it had a spine or a head, it loosely does, it would be a complete bullseye right in the back of the spine. And it just topples over itself. Just turns into a pile of sticks. And just like that, combat has ended. Dexter and Dempsey took a little bit of damage, but other than that, they mopped the floor with these guys.
Well, good morning, everyone. Ooh, I was having a pretty good dream, too. The one that involves a bunch of food. And a warm bed. Oh, man. Don't get me wrong, Dempsey. I'm glad to be out of the dungeon, but I really wish I was home.
Yeah, I don't blame you there, buddy. As he retrieves his hatchet. There we go. Not gonna say anything about that shot there, Urki?
What? You're supposed to hit him. It's a twig. It's a branch. It's not that hard.
That was a pretty good shot. I didn't have my bow, like an idiot. But still pretty good with my axe. Right down the old back.
Alright, since you're so gifted, how about you show us how you prepare a rabbit? Here.
Urki picks up the rabbit that was killed by the Twigblight. You skin it, I'll cook it.
No, it's all yours, buddy. You're so gifted with that axe. How about you skin it with an axe?
Alrighty, I can do that. My treat. After all, I do owe you. You stuck with me this far. How you doing, Dex? How's your wound? Oh, I'm sorry there. That'll heal. You're quite the trooper.
No, with all honesty there, Dempsey. Let me see your chest.
I'm alright. I'm okay. You got me pretty good through the armor. Honestly surprised that punctured my chest piece here. This is elk hide. Would have thought it would have held up a little better. But I'll be okay. I'll be alright. Alright, hand me that rabbit. Let's get this over with. We can discuss our plan further while I prepare this. Meepo, do me a favor. Grab some more kindling.
Meepo likes rabbit. Yes.
No, sticks, Meepo. Just grab some. Erky, can you help out Meepo?
Yep, I got you, buddy. These sticks. Hey, Meepo, how about we cook our rabbit with those fallen twig blights? Little insult to injury.
So the party prepares a fire. Didn't take long. I mean, they already had one smoldering. They just threw the twig blights on there and some dried leaves and got it going again. Dempsey made quick work of the rabbit, and it is now on the fire roasting. And Dexter is right by his side to manage the situation. All right, now that we all have something to eat, I say we go over a quick game plan like we went over last night, but we were drinking some of that goblin wine, so I think we ought to go over it one more time. We're going to lower ourselves down, all the way down to the grove level. Now, I don't have to reiterate it again, but my main goal here is that piece of fruit. I don't care if I grab one, if I just steal it and leave. That'd be awesome. We already have proof that one of those xoxo children's died. Unfortunately. We have the chess piece in the ring. Signet ring. I think we have enough closure already. If we can find the girl, that'd be awesome. I would definitely do a rescue mission. But I'm not above stealing that piece of fruit. That would be the easiest. However, just judging by how everything's been going, I highly doubt it's unguarded. So, I think we might have to fight our way out. But I'm hoping we don't have to fight our way in anymore. I know we're close. I know we're really close. And Meepo, you've already said you don't know anything on this level. You only know the top level, correct?
Yeah, Meepo not go down below. That's the first time Meepo be down below. But Meepo afraid of Belak. Meepo afraid.
That brings up a good point there, Meepo. It's now or never, guys. You don't have to follow me. I appreciate the help, and I greatly need it. But mostly you, Erky. You don't have to do this.
That was a really good rabbit there, Dempsey. But, excuse me, that was really good. You know my answer, Dempsey. You know where I stand. Believe me, I'm well aware of my options.
Very well. Drinks on me at the old Boar Inn once this is all said and done. That I can promise you. So, let's gather our stuff. Let's lower ourselves down. I say we move quietly and quickly through the top level, though I don't think there's really anything left to bother us. Maybe the occasional rat, and I mean, it wouldn't hurt if the kobolds are back. They might be able to provide some type of insight, or, I don't know. But I don't think we're going to have any problems with them goblins. There was no sign of them when we were leaving. Alright, guys. Let's get to it. Meet at the cliff's edge here in a minute. I'm going to go relieve myself. So, the party splits up. 5-10 minutes goes by. Packs are packed. Which is pretty much mostly just Dempsey. Erky has a way of, gathering some of his stuff, but a lot of his gear is goblin found. But Dempsey is actually the one that is carrying a decent amount of load. As well as Dexter, the dog. He's got a good amount of saddlebags. So, everyone's packed up like a bunch of little piñatas, and they lower themselves down. I'm not going to make you make another roll. We've done that enough times. You are now at the bottom, where it all began a few days ago. You are back at it. Alright. You press forward, and you find yourself back walking past Kelcrick's former cage. Right here, Erky. This is where I found Meepo.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I bet you're awfully nostalgic. Sounds like a really good memory.
Dempsey smiles. At that point in time, I'll have you make a roll. Every 12 hours, you have to make a roll at this random dungeon enemy encounter. And it's a little pool here. Alright, you rolled a 2. Roll a d6. Make a perception check. Now that the entire party is inside Meepo's former chamber, You look around. Mostly Urky's not looking around. He's darted through here before on his way out, but the first time he's kind of looking more thoroughly. Crudely executed symbols and glyphs scribed in bright green dye decorate this large, irregularly shaped, crumbling chamber. A large pit in the center shows evidence of old fires. There's a small wooden bench draped with green cloth. As you're passing the metallic cage, and you're pointing it out to Urky, you hear rats. You hear the sound of large rats.
Oh, for the love of God. All right, everyone. Shh. Let's hide. Hide over here by the metal cage and the wooden bench. Come on.
Surprisingly, everyone follows your instructions and darts over to the metallic cage and then attempts to hide behind it. So, make a group stealth check. Not great. We're at a 10 here. 2 giant rats, the size of dogs, almost as big as Dexter, come hoofing it into the room. One of them is dragging the corpse of a goblin behind him. The other is just almost like a guard. It looks like he's just marching forward. Make another stealth check. The 2 giant rats stop. And they look to their right, and they notice the party.
Oh, God.
All right, everyone get up. Everyone hops up, draws out their weapons. Dog starts to growl. Make an intimidation check. All right. The rat holding the goblin drops it, and the other rat whimpers and kind of yelps almost. Squeaks. And the 2 seem to dart forward, and they exit the room. Not the way they came, but they leave. Oh my God. Make another perception check. All right, you can still hear them. You're not sure if they left, but they are, at the moment, trying to avoid confrontation, it seems like. They have an easy meal right now, and they don't feel like fighting.
What is up with these rats? Like, that's not normal. It's absolutely massive. Yeah. We gotta go, though. Let's, just head out this room.
Yeah, everyone is able to exit the room and continue forward. Make another perception check now that you're in the hall. The sounds got a little louder, but at the moment, you're not too worried that they're pursuing you. You think they're just going to hopefully just return for their goblin and leave you alone. All right, everyone, that was a close one. We're okay, but let's not stick around.
That was a massive rat. Both those. It was bigger than this. As big as a pony.
I don't know if as big as a pony, but huge. Absolutely huge. This is not normal. Meepo, believe me, the Meepo. You go outside. Them rats are not that big. And good work, Dexter. I thought you were gonna run towards them. He grabs the collar and pats him on the head. Good work. Make just a nature check. All right, you're able to continue forward. You are now at the lip of the well. All is good so far. This full entire level seems abandoned other than those rats. There's evidence of other rats. You can tell they're trying to reclaim. You didn't really take a super close look to see if all the goblin corpses have been rummaged through, but all right, guys. You lower your party down. You are now back at the farming plot, and you have a decision to make.
Alright, well, I say we don't go right, Dempsey. We don't go towards the spider. I say we go forward.
I sense a little sarcasm there, but I think you're right. So I'll be quiet. Remember, there is a bugbear, and his giant rats are named, so they're probably even bigger than the ones we sopped up. You see the skeletons and you don't see the twigblights, but you see the skeletons tolling and just stirring up the soil. Alright. You slide through the soil quietly. Quietly enough to avoid confrontation from the two skeletons. One has a wheelbarrow, the other has a hoe. And you disappear into the hall. Now this is where you left off after you've got away from the spider. These are the chamber rooms of those goblins. One group was making wine, the other was experimenting on a rat, and the other were fixing armor, and then there's another group that was sleeping. Now this has been 8 to 12 hours later. Alright, I'm going to sneak forward, do a quick once-over. Hang here.
Alright, yeah, we'll hang here. Go get him.
Alright, make a stealth check. Alrighty. About 10 minutes pass by, and Dempsey returns. Make a perception check. This is based off what you found. You rolled a 1, so not well.
What did you see? What's going on? You good to go?
Yeah, well, good to go. It's just awfully odd. There are no goblins. The place is abandoned almost. There's signs of cobwebs, though. Look, I didn't touch them or anything, but I can't help but think that spiders returned. And I don't think it feasted on all of them, but I'm wondering if that drove the goblins out. I don't know. They're not here. All their stuff's here, though, which is odd. If you guys, I say we just keep moving forward. I am a little worried.
I mean, no goblins. A good thing, I guess. But, that spider's terrifying.
So the group pushes on. And the group makes their way past the chambers and moves out. They are presented with a door. And we'll try to open that door quietly. Natural 20, about as quiet as a door can be. It opens. You open up to find yourself in a rather large gallery. This is probably one of the biggest hallways. And hallways kind of not doing it justice. This is one of the biggest areas you've seen yet while inside the dungeon, whether up top or down below. This is kind of a large gallery chamber. Resembles Eustriel's room in size, but not necessarily in shape. Nodules of luminescent fungus hang from the ceiling and walls and grow in clumps on the flagstone floor. The light illuminates portions of grand bas-relief carvings on the stone walls that aren't covered with the fungus. The carvings depict dragons in various stages of raining fire down upon terrified people. Soil and compost cover half the chamber's floor, which allows for a variety of feeble plants to grow. A bench containing simple gardening implements stands along the west wall. Make a perception check. About 10 feet forward, you see a body of some sort facing down. Facing downward. Hey, Tex, go check that out.
Really? You're sending your dog to go look at that?
Hey, shh, Arky. He knows what he's doing. Dexter marches forward through the floor and approaches the body. Alright, it is definitely a goblin, and it is dead. Alright, looks like we're good to go. Dempsey follows his dog, flips over the body, and it is a fallen goblin. Make a nature check, or a medicine check. It's hard to tell. You really don't know how long it's been there. You cannot tell. These goblins are all... I have no idea how long it's been here. No signs of cobweb, or I really can't make out much. I'll have Murky make a roll as he picks the pocket. Alright. Murky's able to find just a couple bones, probably rats, out of the pocket of the goblin.
Ah, there's a bunch of junk in its pocket. Ew, sticky.
Yeah, here's a dagger though.
Ooh, yeah, that I will take. Tired of borrowing meepos.
Alright, so Erky gladly takes the rusty goblin dagger, which matches his gear. Alrighty, guys. Left or right, I suppose. Let's go left. If I'm not mistaken, I've not turned around completely. Right would lead us towards that rift and, towards that other thing.
Yeah, I'd say left then. Anywhere away from that. Creepy beast.
So the party pushes on left. You march forward. I'll have you make a stealth check as you try to do this quietly. That's a 4. Plus your 7. 11. So you're doing a good job leading the way. You are finding the dirt soil as opposed to the ground. You're doing a good job avoiding making noise with your boots. About 15 feet forward, you see a door. Alright, guys, there's another door. I'm gonna quietly try to open this one. As you're saying that, the door swings open. A hulking humanoid figure, a silhouette, holding a large sickle, breaks the frame and moves on forward. It stops, shuts the door, and it is now staring you down. What you see is a large bugbear holding a massive sickle that is well above her head. She's holding one hand a bunch of leaves, twigs, and sticks. It looks like she's got compost in her left hand, and with her right she's holding the sickle. Drops the compost, raises the sickle, readies itself in a combat position. Alrighty, initiatives have been rolled. Here we go. Mr. Meepo goes first.
Oh, God, that's... Yeah.
Meepo just doesn't even think twice. Instantly has a rock in his sling, and it propels it forward. Ricochets off the wall behind the bugbear. The bugbear flinches for a second. And it attempts to take a step forward. Right when it's about ready to step forward, Dempsey, who has his bow knocked, lets it go. He rolls a 27, easily hits, and does 11 points of damage. Right in the chest. The bugbear snaps it off with this sickle. With the handle piece, it just brings it forward. With both hands, snaps it. It is still lodged in her chest piece. Alright, it's now the bugbear's turn. The bugbear is going to take her movement. She has 30 feet of movement. Doesn't need it all. And finds Dempsey. Alrighty, that will hit. That is a 14 plus the 4, 18. So 2d10 plus 2. This giant sickle. That is 11 points of damage. Slicing right across the chest. It practically removes the chest piece that Dempsey is wearing. Practically just cuts it in half and lets it fall to the ground. It is hanging together by thread, as blood has been drawn.
Oh! Oh my God, it's a big bugbear. Oh.
So, 11 points of damage. Let's add that up. Alright, Dempsey's at half health. Brings us over to Erky. He's going to make a attack with his Sacred Flame. Attack save. Alright, 5 points of radiant heat and damage penetrate the armor as it winces in pain. The fur on the back of its neck stands tall. It starts flailing and slamming the handle of the sickle onto the ground, making quite the commotion. Alright, still has some breath left in him. Dexter is successful in his bite. Leaps forward. He got 5 points of damage. As it latches firmly on the calf of the bugbear. And the calf is one of the pieces of exposed fur, as it's wearing some black leather armor, some wrist guards, a chest piece, and a crudely made helmet of some sort. Still has some breath left in him. Brings us back up to the top of the round. Mr. Meepo. He misses. Alright, your turn, Dempsey. And Dempsey's gonna have to make an attack with his axe, since he's so close. 18. Just finds the weak part, a piece of the chest that is not covered by armor, and buries his hatchet deep into her chest. The bugbear stands upright a little bit, forcing Dempsey to let go of the handle. Brings its sickle straight up in the air. Oh god, no. And just as it does that, it falls backwards. Thud. It is out cold, dead, as it lies bleeding out on the stone and mossy floor. We'll make one roll, because there was quite the commotion made when it was wincing in pain. At this point in time, combat has ended. Oh my god. For the love of God.
Well done there. Jeez, Dempsey, you're quite the murderer.
I don't know if it's murder. It's self-defense. Can you do anything for these wounds, though? This is imagine like a paper cut, but much larger across your entire chest. That's what I'm kind of working with here.
Yeah, oof. Yeah, I can try to bandage you. You want to take a rest, maybe? They're gonna be a minute to fix you up.
I don't think we can really stop right now. Let's march forward. Let's find a better area. Alright, so party moves forward. We open the door quietly if you can. You open it quietly enough. It makes noise, but no more than what the bugbear was just doing. And you open the door, and you pretty much just see exactly what you were already inside seeing. It's just pretty much like a continuation of the gallery. It was just split by this wall. Alright, as far as I can tell, we're good to keep going. The party moves forward about 20 feet or so. And Dempsey and the gang stops for a moment to assess the situation. They don't see any corpses this time. Dempsey turns around to tell something to Erky, and Erky is not there. Make a perception check. Alright, looks like the door is still open behind you. You start to make your way towards the door. 1 minute. Where did you go, Erky? At this time, Gnome slides through the door and shuts it behind him.
Hey, I got something.
Erky, keep up with us, please. I don't want to lose you.
Here, I got something. It's a potion of healing. Take it. Maybe take it now, actually.
What is that? The ranger grabs the vial of red liquid, which is corked with a cap of an actual piece of cork. Hey, thank you. Where'd you find this?
The bugbear had it. It's about all he had, though. No loot, no gold, nothing. But he had that potion of healing.
Well done, buddy. That's awesome. This is good news. For as much crap as I give you, I do need to remember we need to loot these bodies a little better, I think. Maybe they'll provide clues, or, and in this case, some assistance. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
So, yeah, let's take the potion of healing. Eat, drink it up. Alright, it is 2d4 plus 2. 2, 2, 4, 6. So, minus 6. Or plus 6 health. Pops the cap. Yeah, it tastes like medicine. I feel better though. Much appreciated. Okay, onward. You make it to another door. You stealthily open it. And you reveal another room. This is kind of like a dome-shaped room. Much smaller. This is just like the end of the hall. Opens up to this room. Luminescent mist blurs the edges of this octagonal chamber. Nodules of glowing fungus dot the stone walls and ceiling, as well as the caps of toadstools and mushrooms, small polyps, puffballs, and lichen. The humid air reeks with rot.
Oh gosh, this is horrible.
Yeah, God, Dexter. Rancid. Ugh.
I wish that was Dexter. This is stagnant air. When was the last time this has been open? You don't notice any creatures here at the moment, but I'll have you make a perception check. 17. Upon further inspection, you notice small samples of traditional Underdark plants and just various potted fungi that don't appear to require much attention in order to grow. There's just a bunch of fungi and plants, it looks like. Nothing too important. To the left of you, there's a door, and to the right of you, there is another door. You approach the door to your left, make a perception check as you attempt to listen in. I roll a 19. You hear, sounds like shovel on soil. And you sounds like goblin as well. And you go to the door to the right. I don't think we're gonna try that one just yet, guys. There's definitely goblin there. You roll 16. You hear nothing to the door to your right. And you vote on it. All right. There's something to the left, but I don't hear anything to the right.
Let's go to the right then. I mean, sounds like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, I agree. All right, here. You go to open the door to your right, and it is locked. You are unable to open it. Oh, for the love of God. We had a good run. You try your keys. You try for 5 minutes. Try the same key multiple times, and then you go through them all, try it again. In different positions. None of these keys are working. This is a inward swinging door, so if you were to apply enough pressure, you might be able to pop the door and push your way into it. That'll cause a decent amount of noise. All right. I think we pause here and figure out what's going on. Look through my pack, see if I got anything. All right, moment goes by, check your bag. There's really nothing there other than daggers and, what's left of your rope. Not much. Some bones and food, what have you. Vials. I mean, Meepo, he probably has the most goodies once you just look at him. He's got a skunk in a box, he's got centipedes, he's got vials, he's got what have you. You just have a thing of acid, which you discuss in length, whether or not that would be enough to burn through the metal. This is a large wooden door with metal framework. This was not built by the goblins. This was, long ago, a keep of cultists who spent their time worshiping and toiling over the dragon gods. So, good craftsmanship. I don't know. We're gonna have to I'm gonna just whack at this handle with my hammer. So make a strength check. You're gonna need a decent score in order to open this. 7. You rolled a natural 17. I'm just trying to see what your strength is. Rolled a 19. Crack. The handle cracks and splits perfectly down the middle. There we go. It doesn't open anything, but it reveals some of the mechanics behind the door. Alright, the very least exposed it.
That made a lot of noise, MC. And that's coming from me. That made a lot of noise.
Yeah, I am aware. A moment passes as you are sticking your dagger, or Meepo sticking his dagger, and so is Urki, taking turns trying to twist and turn the mechanisms that are keeping this door closed. The deadbolt, if you will. And at that point, the door opens. Ah, voila. However, it is not you that opened the door. You practically fall forward inside the door frame as it swings open, revealing goblins. 6 goblins, to be exact. And they shriek as they are surprised. And then you also shriek. 2 parties shriek in surprise. So we're going to roll initiative, and I say we save it for next session. So next session we're going to pick up with combat as we take on 6 goblins inside this narrow hallway. But overall, good job. Made a lot of progress. We fought our first twigblights, which is surprising. It took 9 sessions for us to fight a twigblight, which seems sinful, seeing as we're playing the Sunless Citadel. But you're now inside the lower level. You made your way all the way down to the bottom. You fought a bugbear. I think that was our first time fighting one of those. So progress is being made. You are right on the cusp of seeing with your eyes the actual Gulthias tree. So, good work. See you next time. Adios.